Hi there, welcome to FMCG by Alex. My name is Alex, and today I would like to take you on a journey through social media for FMCG. Let's start with the truth. Marketing has changed. 2024, the time this video is made, people spend a lot of their day online. Will probably only increase. The younger generations definitely are only reachable through online. People still watch TV, but it's terrestrial, more on demand television. So advertising becomes a little bit of a machine gun approach where you air a television campaign or a television commercial, and you hope that the right target audience is looking at that particular commercial at the moment. Online you can target people much more accurately. There are a lot of targeting tools on Facebook, Instagram, all these social media channels, basically, depending on which social media channel your people are, of course, the people you're looking for, the people you are looking to connect with. Storytelling also becomes more important. It's always been important, but the opportunity to tell your story is now more universal. So you have smaller brands that can interact constantly with their audience and tell the story, inform you about their brand. Okay, who's making it? Why are we making it? Not only the what, but also the why. Included in that is also content marketing. Marketing is on the rise. So content marketing is basically sharing things with your audience. So not just blasting your own product information, your own commercials, etc. Content marketing is sharing relevant articles. Can be content from someone else. It can be something that is, just positioning you as, the expert in the field. So let's say theoretically you are a biscuit manufacturer. You make biscuits at in your house. Initially, you started with an oven. You're baking it, you're packaging it, and you're selling it directly to consumers. You're selling it directly to maybe to some supermarkets, retail channels. The issue there is that how do you engage with your customers now? Maybe you want to post some recipes. Maybe you want to post some stories about where original cookie recipes come from. Maybe you want to post stories about famous cookie companies or the chef who made it, like the background story of your company, and all these relevant things that might interest people who are interested in eating your cookies and maybe also making cookies themselves. So in the end, it's something that, in the broader sense, content marketing can be used in that context. It can even be as much as going somewhere on a holiday. Our brand is also available in this part of the world. Therefore, we take you on a trip and go on a trip with Coca-Cola, for example. That might be one of the things that is part of content marketing as well. It's partly to entertain, partly to inform. Then you probably want to know this: building your channels. How do you build your channels? First of all, you need to pick where to focus. Like, you can do all. So all of the social media channels, there are a lot of them. Some new ones pop up occasionally. But where are the people that you want to reach? Are these older consumers? They might actually be on Facebook. Are these professionals? You might want to spend some more time on LinkedIn. Younger generation might go for TikTok or Instagram, depending a little bit also on the content you want to share. Is it very much on pictures, rather than stories or video? YouTube, now you're watching at this moment on a YouTube channel, you're watching this video. YouTube channels also are a very good way of, interacting with a certain audience. So people are, entertained by YouTube videos, but also informed. This is, my videos are meant to inform you. This is basically one of the things that you need to decide before you start creating content. So who are you doing this? What will resonate with these people? Sometimes you need to test a little bit. You can't get it right always the first time. So that's why this is a very interesting notion. So it's a TV station approach. So imagine that your social media channels are like a TV station. So would you watch a TV station that only airs commercials? Probably not. Yeah. So in the end, why would you constantly post things about yourself and promoting your own products on your social media channels? If it's boring, people will not follow you. If it's boring, people will not like your posts, basically. So that's the thing that you need to keep in mind. Television stations, they have a programming that is not always about them. It's not always about the advertisers. It is to entertain and inform. So that is basically what I'm advising also anyone who hasn't figured this out yet to use this television station approach. So last, I want to really warn you for the the trap to fall into. There are several services online that promise you, sometimes not very transparent, they promise you, I will get you views, I will get you likes, I will get you subscribers. Now, it's all very nice, and in most cases this leads to a massive influx of subscribers, a massive influx of likes or views. It's just that in the end, there are a lot of companies that offer this, or a lot of individuals offer this, and they have what they call a bot service. So they are not really having people view it. So it's not organic traffic. Organic is a word to keep in mind here. Bots actually, are just there for statistics. They don't follow you and anything you post. So you have a thousand subscribers through bots. What good does that do you in the end if these people are not subscribing to it? It just makes you look a little bit bigger maybe than you are, but in the end, it's something that isn't really helping you get ahead. So to grow this channel, this is also something I'm doing. I'm trying to grow this channel organically. So I'm not trying to take any shortcuts here. So this is actually one of the things I can advise everybody to keep in mind. Uh, in the end, spending a lot of money also on this stuff, it will not help you get ahead, and definitely not get quality viewers in that sense. So how do you entertain and inform? So first of all, you have to imagine provide value. So value means it is something someone hasn't figured out himself. So you're posting something that maybe is new to them, so new information that is informing. Entertaining could be something funny, could be something that did you know, or something like that. So not clickbait, but I mean it's a matter of subjectively. This can differ between the audiences you might go after. So one channel has something else than the other, of course, another preference than the other. But it comes down to providing value to the people who are viewing your channel. So in the end, if you look at these famous YouTubers who are, you think, okay, maybe you completely hate these guys because your kids are watching this, and you think, oh my God, like this is like the level of a 4-year-old that they still like this sort of stuff. Like I've had that thought several times going through my head, but they are providing value to our kids. Our kids are entertained by them, so they enjoy following these influencers. They're following these YouTubers basically, and these massive channels that are, maybe everybody, don't need to name names, but everybody knows who they are. If you have guys playing a game, a video game, so the value for kids is, oh, before I buy this video game, I know, what my favorite influencer is doing with it. Maybe he finds out how to play this, and is it worth it? Is it worth spending, let's say, $50 on buying this game, for example? So my pocket money is not infinite, so therefore better be informed. It's providing value in that sense. Entertaining, meaning having a laugh, or just forgetting for a moment that you have to go to school and homework. That's also something for kids. Adults, in the end, maybe you're looking for value in the sense of more professional value. So I'm trying to provide value to you guys in sharing things that I think uh, work, or I found to work, from my experience work at least. And in the end, it's maybe not something that everybody will resonate with. So I have a very small following because not many people are FMCG professionals or FMCG practitioners, basically, or interested in knowing more about FMCG. Okay, that's not for them. Then that's why in the end, I also always end, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If not, then don't. So that's your choice. You should ideally become part of your customers' daily routine. So there are several channels that I enjoy. So there's a history channel; they post videos regularly. There is, a channel with from a Dutch comedian that I follow, that I Occasionally, yes, every time I think he's airing on television as well. So don't have time to watch his show on the television. Then I watch it at the times, the spare time that I have to watch it on YouTube. So this is also an example of, it provides value to me. It becomes part of my daily routine. Okay, hey, let's see what this guy has produced today, or there's a notification that this new video is coming. The same with social media, as in Facebook or Instagram. So whatever you fancy, LinkedIn, I basically, something pops up on my timeline because I've subscribed to it, or I, liked it, and therefore they feed me more. The algorithm is feeding me more of the same content, and I also sometimes discover something new that way. So that is, part of your customer's daily routine, meaning you're top of mind. So every day people are confronted with your brand. Not necessarily, hey, this brand is there, but some content that links to you and is provided by you, and cheers them up, informs them with something, that sort of thing. And eventually that will lead to building credibility. So if you are, let's say, a DIY expert and you sell DIY stuff, so there's DIY, do-it-yourself market that you a company that you say a website that you're selling DIY tools and materials to by e-commerce. E-commerce means now, if you are posting videos where you, let's say, you build something using the materials that you sell, you build credibility. People know how to build something. Hey, how can I fix? How can I build a table? How can I fix my bathtub? My window needs to be, repaired, or whatever. So whatever the reason, people are logging into this channel or seeing your videos or your posts. It can also be read, not only video content or pictures. In the end, this credibility comes, okay, this guy is actually posting this, so he knows what he's doing. Therefore, this content is linked to your credibility. Your credibility becomes very relevant in the mind of the customer or the potential customer, the lead that you are trying to generate. So this is one of the things that is not only for very practical things, but also in a sense of, if you, we had this thing with selling vitamins, for example. I used to work for a vitamins company in Indonesia. We had a couple of nutritionists who were posting content about healthy lifestyle. It wasn't always to push, blatantly push our vitamin products, but okay, if you have this, have that, it's brought to you by Uvit. Uvit is basically the company that was behind it, behind the vitamin, and also behind the content. So you don't always have to, push your product in front. It is just the content, and in the end, sort of like sponsoring your own content in that sense. That is basically the way you are linking your brand to, this content, and you in the end also build credibility because you know what is healthy lifestyle. So, oh, you sell vitamins, oh, then it must be good for me. That is a sort of psychological process that is actually at the foundation of content marketing. Then we get to the good stuff, the content strategy. So always be consistent in your messages, meaning don't deviate too much between the tone, the setting of the message, basically. So the message inside the content you are pushing, keep it consistent, meaning also that if at some point you are, let's say, you have a premium brand that you are positioning it initially as premium, and you have a premium looking piece of content, and suddenly someone is using it in a more on the go setting where it might be considered more on a budget level, like that could already be a red flag. So something that is not consistent. It's not the end of the world if it happens once or twice, but I mean, try to avoid confusing consumers in this case with varying messages. Also, if you look at the most successful brands, they had a consistent message. So we refresh the world, Coca-Cola. No, that's basically been the same since Coca-Cola exists, I guess. But I mean, that is one of the things that you need to keep in mind. That don't change the message, don't deviate too much from that. That is what I'm trying to say here. One-time production can become many posts. Now, what does that mean? In the end, when you shoot a video, you make pictures, you create a larger piece of content. So normally, content producers, they are not, oh, every day they are shooting something. No, they are maybe taking 1 or 2 days to shoot a lot of content. So they have a lot of different ideas that they are trying to put together in the, let's say, production days, and then they edit it into a lot of different posts, a lot of different content. So that has two benefits. One is, of course, you have a lot of stuff to choose from. You don't need to constantly think of the next brilliant idea. You can just rehash a few things if you know don't have that brilliant idea every day, which nobody has in that sense. These things are difficult to come up with. If you look at it, there are some very brilliant people who have more than one good idea a year, but I mean a lot of people actually have very limited good ideas in that sense. I mean, AI at this moment has really helped us a lot to generate more ideas for content also, but I mean the point is actually that you need to reuse, mix, cut and paste basically different pieces of content that can become new pieces of content. So one video you can cut up in so many pieces and make it into various posts, like maybe post for an entire month. You can take from one day of shooting, for example, where there's not much. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend much time beyond that. You have a bit of a buffer basically. And in that context, also anything can become content. So let's say you're at an event where you are displaying your product. Now, that event could be interesting for consumers to see, not only your booth, of course, but or your guys actually selling the product, but we're there. Now, let's have a tour of this event. Let's have a tour of an event that we are there and our product happens to be there. So, I mean, any excuse to you know um, sneak preview your product basically and entertain and inform your audience. So being creative like that is actually the yeah, I mean, part of your content strategy. It should be. And in conjunction with that, partners and influencers. So influencers, they have a hub function. So influencers have people that follow them. So in the end, it's not as easy as, oh, let's give my product to an influencer. He or she will post a video using their product, and hey, there will be so many people running to stores or buying online, direct response type of thing, to buy the product that I'm pushing through this influencer. Now, this is something that if it only worked like that, yeah, it would be no fun in it. I guess it would be too easy. The thing is with influencer hub functions is that there are a lot of people following this influencer. A lot of people also blindly follow this influencer, where they say, "Oh, this person is actually using a product, therefore I would like to have that as well." See it more it's a TV commercial. So you have people by now know that the very large influencers, that they are paid to do this. They sometimes charge extravagant yeah, amounts for this sort of thing, where you think like, okay, is it maybe not better just to buy some advertising space on television, uh, or generic ads on YouTube or Google or whatever medium, basically, Facebook or Instagram ads. So this is something that people were hoping that this has a more focused, uh, more focused effect, where people who follow that influence will all become instant fans of the product. Now, in reality, like I said, they know these people get paid, so therefore, not everything that these people are pushing is taken as face value. So, uh, just look at it like, okay, this influencer is actually taking time, so you're paying him or her to explain the product, so to maybe a couple of million people in that case, and these really mega influencers are quite rare these days. But so in that sense, you have not a very genuine experience, but not like, oh, this is something I found and I'm pushing. No, everybody knows that he or she gets paid. Smaller influencers, on the other hand, they don't have that position yet to really negotiate with the brands and try to you know have a product that they are getting paid for. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They still need to work, prove themselves to the advertisers where, okay, this is something that I'm pushing, and that can be a more genuine experience because people know that, hey, this guy normally doesn't get paid. He only gets, does it for the fun of it, and therefore anything he says, I'm trusting more than this mega influencer that is going to, yeah, just push something, whatever they get paid for, they'll push. So this is one of the things that you see, and larger influencers also look at smaller influencers, what they're pushing, to sometimes pick up what is interesting for them and for their audience. So everybody's looking for content, everybody's looking for new things that are interesting for them to display to their audience. It doesn't always have to be paid, but I mean, mostly it is. So that is one of the things, that influencers have a hub function. Hub function means also that people are interested in that influencer. If your brand is displayed there, they might also become interested in your brand, and therefore it transitions to your own channel. In the end, you have to always look at your own channel as the holy grail of where you need to get people to. So in the end, an influencer, if you don't have your channels mentioned by this influencer, if you don't have traffic directed by this influencer or any partner for that matter to your own channel, it's gonna really die like a candle, like that sort of thing, because there is nothing after that. There's no interaction. If people are interested, like, okay, where do I go to find more information about this brand other than what Johnny Feelgood actually told me on his blog or his YouTube video, basically. So that's one of the things that you need to keep in mind. So feeder channels, these are partners that you actually mobilize for your brand. So these can be people you work together with, that you provide content to, that you provide sponsorships to, you provide various benefits to, basically, that they have a motivation to mention you, to direct also traffic to you. So they get traffic from you, you get traffic from them. This is basically how partnerships work. Everybody has 50 minutes of fame, everybody has a spotlight. So this is one of the things that you need to also keep in mind, that when you have a partnership, it needs to work both ways. So it's not just it's beneficial for me, therefore please put my content on your channel or promote my brand. No, what's in it for them? In the end, everybody wants to grow, and everybody is looking for content, basically. So if you have content that is interesting for the target audience, yeah, that could also be very relevant to explore with them. What are the new partners you can line up? So this is something that, for example, for my channel, I could partner with various companies, but I'm still on a relatively small scale, and yeah, trust me, I'm just doing this for the fun of it. If I really would like to push my content, I could, for example, with maybe marketing magazines, with various FMCG related channels, I could do partnerships and maybe co-host or whatever, basically. So not that they would answer my call at this moment, maybe, but that is one of the things that for the future you could use to build your audience in that sense. So um, that's the idea. So in the end, once you have people on your channel genuinely, so you don't buy the traffic, but you really have people that are interested, say, okay, yes, I subscribe to this channel, and this, I like this post, I am a follower of this brand, basically. That is the moment when these people are genuinely interested and they will pay attention. You need to keep on feeding the machine with relevant content, obviously, but thanks to the partner, that's basically happening. You have to imagine that the same principle applies in FMCG with joint promotion. So in the end, you have, let's say, a milk brand and a cookie brand. Milk and cookies is a good combination. So you have people who normally buy the cookie brand, you have people who normally buy the milk, and if you make a package together, the cookie guys will buy the milk and the milk guys will buy the cookies. They try. If you try, yeah, you have a chance that maybe you like the cookies, you maybe like the milk, and therefore you will buy that in the future. So in the end, this is the similar principle that applies to this partnership, basically, where If they see you once, I mean, assume that this channel is still relatively small, for example. So assume that if more people see this channel and it's relevant for them, no, then there will be more people who would like to subscribe to this channel. So it goes the same for your social media, and that's basically the way I would imagine you would like to have more subscribers than you have now. You would like to have more views and more likes and more shares, especially. Don't forget that sharing is also a very important metric to keep in mind. But I mean, this is one of the things where providing value to your partners comes into play. We've come to the end of this video. Thanks again for watching. I hope this was informative and entertaining at the same time. If you like the video, please do like and subscribe. And if you don't, please don't. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.